All right, thank you guys for tuning into my video. I actually had the wonderful opportunity of doing some climbing in England. I was over there on a work trip for a week, and I managed to put a post up on ukclimbing and get a hold of somebody, this guy named Ming, who was kind enough and generous enough to drive me out to the countryside, the Peak District, and show me some climbing. He actually got me to do some trad climbing and some bouldering, but I really only got videos of the bouldering, so let's see what we got here. All right, this first climb is called the Green Traverse. It's only a V6, but it has one really crazy move in the middle that if you're shorter, you can't do it the way that I do. And you can see us here discussing. I was like, should I do it the real way or should I do it the long man cheat way? And I end up doing it the long man cheat way. So it starts off with this left hand, this high heel, a little bit of a foot slip there. Come down to this good crimp, high right foot, and then this really bad right hand. And then it really is just this big span out left. And that holds kind of good. There's a little bit of a lip to grab onto. And that move was heinous. The high right foot cross through was super hard to do. I was barely holding on with my right hand. Now, I didn't practice any of the beta after that move, so I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just more or less campusing and trying to keep my feet on, throwing heels where I could, and making it around. Now the whole traverse, to stay true to the V6, it comes all the way around the end, and it doesn't ever top out over the face. It tops out around the side. So that's the Green Traverse. Yeah, that's the V6 version of it. But this area was beautiful. Now all behind this rock are big cliffs where people do mostly grit stone climbing and trad climbing, but it was a beautiful place. Now the boulder right across from that other one is this big block here, and this climb's called Deliverance, V8, and it's V8 because all of those feet I'm using, they may look like I'm stable, but they're terrible. They're really small, they're really slippery. I had to spit shine my shoes to get enough traction to make all the moves work. But it's a really cool slab dyno to an okay hold. Like that hold was okay. It took me about 4, I think maybe 5 tries to get that dyno move, but all in all about 20 minutes to wrap it up. A super cool climb, definitely my favorite one from the trip. Now in between these climbs here, I just put some shots of us driving just to kind of show you the countryside here, or the greenscape, whatever you want to call it. It does remind me a lot of Georgia, from where I'm from, but with a lot more age to it. So you can see the age in the builds there in the bricks. Now this one, this one was hilarious. It's this really crazy, these lip holds are not very good. That foot is really bad, and it's like doing a deadlift to a sloper, a downward facing sloper. It's not even that good. And once I hit it, I spent 2.5 minutes hanging out up there, not knowing what to do. There's no feet, there's nothing up there. You really have to just mantle over the top. And I honestly, I didn't want to do the mantle. Like, I wanted to do something different. I was looking over to the left a little bit, like maybe I could grab some of those ridges, but that's a different problem. And this one requires just a straight mantle on that flat piece. And here we go. That's not a foot. Trust me, there is no foot. That's not a foot. And I even looked down and I'm like, hey, maybe that's a foot. No, there's nothing there. You really just have to power through and push all the way up on that sloper to make it top out. Now it only goes V5, but that mantle is really hard. But the moves before it are just like really technical. You just have to be very precise. Now this one's really fun. It was Simple Simon Indirect V6. I think the direct goes V9. And the direct is, you'll see me at the end stop about halfway up, well, about halfway up the wall. But the moves after that go into the V9, and I didn't get into that. Honestly, I didn't want to leave with any projects, so I only had fun on some of these easier ones. But that move's really easy for tall people, but for short guys, they have to cut loose and jump for it. But yeah, you can see me, I think I start feeling around on some of the holds on the V9 just to kind of see what it's like. But at the end of it, that's the Simple Simon Indirect, the V6. Now this other one, this one's called Fingers Sit Start, V7. Now the start's cut off, but you can see me getting into it here. That's a really okay hand. It's okay because of the good foot. left hand's okay, that right crimp's really bad, and then this hold is an upside down Gaston. I only caught it with 2 fingers at the start, and then I just rolled the rest of my fingers into it. Once I got locked, I was able to put a heel up, and that move was so tight. That was absolutely heinous. Now, I tried to come into this crimp and match it, but the right hand was about half the size of that left hand I have, and the left hand was already bad. So I just went for it, and that's the end of that boulder. It stops right there. So that's the V7 for finger sit start. Pretty fun boulder. I actually got really hype on that one. It only took me a few attempts to get that Gaston move, and then I just went for it. It's a good time, very good time. But thanks guys for watching. That was my a general trip summary to England that I had. Got a lot of climbing done, but those were the highlights and the good problems that I took videos of. But I definitely will be posting more videos in the future of my climbing trips and adventures. So see you next time.